The sea roars, waves crash, and thousands of creatures fight for survival. But in their darkest moments, heroes emerge. From tiny turtles to massive whales, every life matters. Today, Epically Amazing brings you the most incredible animal rescues ever caught on camera. Deep in the Indian Ocean, a diver spots a massive sperm whale, its lower jaw strangled by a thick rope. He refuses to turn away. He fights against the odds to set it free. The ocean is ruthless, and even skilled swimmers like penguins struggle against its fury. But against the chaos, humanity pushes forward without hesitation. On a distant shore, tourists discover a stranded mother shark, but that's not the shocking part. They must act fast for the sake of her unborn babies. Imagine spotting a plastic fork jammed into a turtle's nose. Unbelievable, right? The first step? Gaining its trust. Then, with careful precision, removing the painful intruder. Meanwhile, a manatee struggles through dense, suffocating algae. A harmful algal bloom is turning its world toxic. The solution? Clear, clean water. The impact? Life-changing. Seeing people unite to save a helpless creature is nothing short of breathtaking. A lobster, caught in an unbreakable net, fights for freedom. Its claws are strong, but no match for human ingenuity. Now picture this hermit crabs mistaking plastic trash for shells. One man steps up, offering them real homes. Hundreds of hermit crabs given a second chance. A helpless snake, trapped in a discarded sticky trap, barely moves. But one rescuer refuses to give up, using cooking oil spray to set it free. Don't worry, it's completely safe. A plastic basket floats aimlessly until fishermen investigate. What they find inside leaves them speechless. And then there's the mother octopus, fiercely protecting her eggs. To keep them safe, she transforms her surroundings, relocating her home. She doesn't stop there. She watches over them every single day until they hatch. Some creatures approach humans with silent cries for help. This time, a majestic giant pleads to be freed from barnacles, smothering its skin. Then there's the shark, desperate, yet dangerous. A brave diver steps in, removing an indigestible meal stuck in its mouth. What would you do if you saw a turtle being chased by a shark? Different opinions, different choices. But one thing is clear, some people are truly compassionate. A lost pod of dolphins faces an uncertain fate until a team of humans steps up. Forming a human chain, they guide the dolphins back home, one step at a time. A tiny bird fights to free itself from an oyster's grasp. With patience and care, a rescuer succeeds in setting it free. Helping a pufferfish sounds great, but there's one golden rule. Avoid touching its head or risk triggering its toxic defense mechanism. A stranded manatee, baking under the scorching sun, barely clings to life. A makeshift water pit offers temporary relief, but these rescuers take it further, using a bulldozer to clear a path back home. At first, it seemed like just another friendly hello from an orca, but as the group followed, they uncovered a heartbreaking sight: its kin, trapped in a fishing net. With teamwork, both human and orca, the rescue became much easier. A perfect ending for these mysterious giants of the sea. Then, there were the otters crying out in distress. Were they thanking the humans for reuniting a lost baby with its mother, a baby shark, initially resistant, soon realizes it's in good hands? Now, let's hope she recovers and learns to avoid fishing lines in the future. A little seal pup, swept into a rock crevice by strong tides, awaits rescue. Before setting it free, rescuers ensure it's unharmed and strong enough to return to the sea. Would you leave a struggling seal pup behind? Not these compassionate heroes. Come here, little buddy. I'll be gentle. A rescuer carefully removes a fishing hook from a seal's mouth. A reassuring pat and back into the water it goes. Fleeing from an orcapod, a small penguin makes a desperate choice. It jumps into a human boat. Trusting the right hands was its best decision. A manatee doesn't need a life jacket, it needs freedom. Entangled in a vest-like net, it had no chance against the waves until now. A sea lion pup, malnourished and weak, is discovered in an upscale restaurant. Alongside others like it, it will be nursed back to health before returning to the wild. And then there's the whale shark, its growth stunted by a massive rope tied around its body. It understands the rescuers mean no harm. Slowing down, it allows them to cut away the restraints. A shark is often seen as a predator, but in this case, it needed rescuing. The footage shows a motionless shark floating in the water. Something isn't right. As the camera moves closer, we see a large knife embedded right in the middle of its head. Despite the pain, the shark remains still, almost as if waiting for assistance. A scuba diver notices and cautiously extends a hand to help. Dolphins are known for their intelligence, and this one proves it. The video captures a dolphin swimming directly toward a group of divers, circling them persistently. Something is off. It turns and reveals a fishing line tangled around its fin, restricting movement. The dolphin attempts to rub against a boat's surface to free itself, but it doesn't work. Instead, it returns to the divers, patiently waiting for them to cut it free. During a guided dive in the Maldives, a team of divers spots a struggling whale shark. At first, it appears to be swimming normally, but then they notice thick ropes tightly wrapped around its body and fins. The whale shark doesn't panic, it seems to trust the divers. Carefully, they work together to cut through the heavy ropes. The moment the last piece is removed, the whale shark swims away freely, leaving behind the remnants of its entrapment. A humpback whale swims into view, dragging something behind it. Upon closer inspection, it's a massive fishing net caught around its fins and tail. It's struggling but continues moving forward. The divers jump into action. One starts cutting near the tail, while another focuses on the netting around its body. After several careful slices, the net finally comes loose. In a moment of gratitude, the whale gently taps one diver with its tail before disappearing into the deep. A group of divers notices a shark acting strangely. It keeps approaching them, but hesitates to come too close. One of them finally sees it, a large fishing hook embedded deep in the shark's jaw, causing a serious wound. The divers work quickly to remove it, but the pain has already taken a toll. The shark slowly sinks to the ocean floor, motionless. They assume the worst, but 3 weeks later, they return to the same spot, and there she is alive and swimming, a scar marking her survival. This sperm whale has known a particular diver for a decade. One day, the whale approaches him with a problem, a thick rope wrapped around its jaw, extending down to the ocean floor. It's clear the whale has been restricted from moving freely for a long time. The diver carefully starts cutting, making sure not to hurt his old friend. After 6 long minutes, the whale suddenly dives deep, leaving only the severed rope floating behind. A true sign of trust between species. One act of kindness can change a life forever. These rescues prove that humans can be the ocean's greatest ally. Which rescue touched your heart the most? Let us know in the comments. And if you love these heroic moments, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing stories.